Howdy folks, welcome to the Circuit of Americas, deep in the heart of Texas. This modern classic is a fan favourite serving up high-speed drama, technical challenges and a passionate crowd that brings the energy every single year. Today we are holding our sprint race. It's a one-time thing in our season. It's because of a school break for everyone around the world. So we will keep normal points for a race. We're not doing sprint race points. But this will be a very hectic race because with only 6 drivers, there's only 14 laps, so many drivers will go for aggressive dive bombs, especially in turns 12 after that large DRS straight, and as well as turn 1 over that steep hill and the crest. Well, let's talk about the track here. We begin with one of the most dramatic starts in Formula 1, with a long charge uphill to turn 1, a steep left-hander where late brake lunges will get you guaranteed places. If you get a good exit, it will set you up amazing for turn 2 through 6, with those being large, very hard to control turns. And now we come into turn 9, which drops quickly into turn 10, which is a blind downhill kink that catches out the unwary. Then you have the large braking zone into turn 11, which is a hairpin that sets you up for the straight with a large DRS advantage if you are behind the car in front of you within a second or qualifying. And then after going through sector 3, you're going through the stadium. You need to be patient on the throttle, otherwise you will spin the rear tyres and lose a lot of grip and time. And coming into the last turn, tight left-hander, which will lead you onto the finish and start straight. So all drivers now out on their out lap. We had some difficulties, sorry for the audience having to wait a bit. Some drivers had some difficulties just really trying to join. The F1 game was not being that great. But we are excited for a 14 lap race. Don't really know the tyre strategies yet. We will get onto that maybe later in the race because the game will show on the UI on the middle of your screen. Gmol now in front of the pack. We'll try to get the track map out so we can see every single car. Yeah, of course, everyone on the soft tyre compound. Of course, that's going to be the fastest for qualifying. But let's go on a lap around Kota with Gmol. So, flat out on the pedal, DRS open, approaching nearly at the end of the straight, 200 mile an hour, steep climb, braking around 100 meter board, get a wide entry, tight apex to optimize that traction. Coming into turn 2 now, and both all to 6, high speed S's, flat down turn 2, then quick change to turn 3, 4, 5, and now 6. Hard braking for turn 7 coming up just in a sec, around 100 mile an hour, very quick turn. You need to be careful there with the balance of the car. Coming into turn 11, hard on the brakes. You want to watch for oversteer on the brakes because the brake bias is a bit lower around here in Kota because you don't want to get those front brakes heating too much. But now coming on the longest straight in the circuit, or on the circuit I should say, DRS braking around 125 meter board, late braking for top speed entry coming out. Now you're in the stadium section. You want to be careful on those tyres on your rears because you do not want to spin them out at all because that will lose you a lot of time. Now coming into turn 16, fast flowing G-force heavy just like Istanbul's turn 8, holding at around 140 mile an hour. Now coming into a turn 19, got to be careful on that exit because you do not want to get a penalty. But Noah, for his debut race, getting that fastest lap, didn't realise he was out in front, but his teammate Gmol does steal the fastest lap from him by over a second. So Gmol showing that dominance in front of his teammate there. Noah's definitely going to improve, and Potato Pilot improving on Noah as well. We can't really tell if he's doing that great or that bad because Noah, this is his debut race for Full Throttle Racing FTR, so there's nothing really to complain about that really. Yeah, still in 4th, plus there's only 6 drivers, so it won't be that bad. Trying to find now other drivers on track. Coconut, Badagon this lap. What about Iron Sky? This is also his debut. On the last turn he saved his ERS flat on the throttle to get second place for his debut, only 9/100ths of a second off pole. So this, ladies and gentlemen, could be a big fight for the win between Iron Sky and Gmail currently. But we do know Coconut, the championship leader currently, it would have been Dominique most likely if it wasn't for his crash into the pit lane wall, which was very unlucky. We don't know still what happened, but Coconut now on his lap will go on the broadcast camera mode with the helicopter. Nice swerve through the S's of turns 2 to 6. Coming to 7 now, bit sliding on the rear. We now need to be patient for turns 7 and 8 because you don't want to spin those rears like everything else that I've been saying. And now coming past the Aston Martin, Iron Sky, the debut racer, one of our debut racers, just letting him pass, being respectful. Now flat on the throttle on the straight, coming up to turn 12. Speed trap ahead as well. We'll see what he can do on that. Looks like a good time on the board, but he is using too much ERS in my opinion. He's just going to be wasting all that electrical usage out the battery. Coming into the stadium section now, turns 13. You've got to keep tight on the entry and exit so you can stay close to the apex of turn 14. But you want to take a wide entry for turns 14 and 15 because it is a very strange corner. But then this corner, it gives people a reminder of Istanbul, which we last raced in 2021. Very fast left-hander and right-hander there. And coming into the final corner, what will it be? It's looking good. It could be pole. It looks like a pole position. What will it be? And it is pole position by over 6/10 ahead of second. So Coconut is dominating at the moment in front of every single driver on track currently. Dora Beast, is he? Yeah, he's also on his lap. We can look at his lap right now. Flat on the throttle, coming on the back straight. DRS, still using too much ERS in my opinion. But it's... all drivers out here are pretty close. Only nearly exactly a 2-second gap between our slowest to our fastest driver. But you have to keep in mind, Coconut is a really fast driver in F1 24. He is top 400 in the world for Japan, which we had last race, which he did win from 7th after getting disqualified from qualifying after parking in an unsafe area. But now Dory Beast coming through turns 16, 17 and 18, approaching 19 now, just dabs the brake a little bit, goes a bit wide, but because we are using the regular line strategy, he should be fine. Now flat on the throttle, does have enough ERS to reach the line, and he will not improve track position or either his time, a 10th or nearly 2/10 off his best time. Coconut now, I think he might be going for another lap here. I don't really know. I think this is his in lap really. I don't think any other car is out for a current lap right now, but Potato Pilot is out for his out lap, so I think he is the first driver to start his lap. But yeah, Coconut in the pits. We can look at Potato Pilot now. He's had a pretty good position finishes after after finishing 3rd place in both races he's taken part in the wet rain conditions in Silverstone, and now it was mostly dry but really hectic contacts everywhere in Japan, so did very good to avoid all of those 10-second time penalties and finished in 3rd place. But now he's going to come across the line to start his lap for his 2nd run, I think that is. But now flat out DRS open, approaching 199 mile an hour, steep climb into turn 1, which is a left-hander. You want to be wide on the exit, tight apex, watch for the lunges, of course, in the race. Now flat out downhill into turn 2. These corners, turns 2 to 6, were actually inspired by Mags and Beckett's, and these do require precision and rhythm. Give them momentum through the left sequence at 150 mile an hour. But now, coming into turn 7, slow twist, you want to be hard braking for turn 7, and they're taking around 100 mile an hour. Now coming over the crest at turn 9, a blind drop, into the hairpin we go. He does still have a lot of battery. I think he's just saved it all for the back straight, which is pretty smart because it is the longest and fastest straight of the track. We'll go on board with him now. Nice view of the track, pretty far away from turn 12, but it's coming up close. Gonna brake it around 100 meter board right there. Gets the apex done. Could use more curbing there, but it's fine. It looks all good. nice and tidy. Still 300ths off his best time, or I don't really know if that's his best time or the fastest time overall. But now coming into turn 16, 17, a long sweeping right-hander reminiscent to Istanbul's famous turn 8, testing both tyre life and bravery into equal measure, because you just want to take those flat out as possible, but you will be graining those tyres, but it doesn't really matter in qualifying. But does go wide on the exit, doesn't improve track position, but does improve by nearly a tenth on his actual time. Now the Aston Martin of Iron Sky and the IRB of Coconut out for their outlap. Noah and Dory Beast and Gmal are all three in the pits, just waiting to get that extra set of tyres. 7 minutes remaining, so maybe one extra lap for each driver. Could be close though for Potato Pilot or Coconut, because he will be doing an extra lap there, taking a bit of extra road, just exploring. Now Gmo out the pits. Coconut's about to go for his lap. We can look at him now, coming onto the finish and start straight. Bit sliding on the exit, shouldn't cost him that much time because he hasn't really started the lap. But now, oh wait, did say outlap, I thought. I don't know if he's, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if that was his lap that he just did, or he's saving his battery. I can't tell. He is trying, I can tell by that. Till we see hot lap mode on his ERS usage, we'll definitely know if he's actually on a lap. I just don't know how to tell. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he is on his lap. Just saving that battery up for the back straight. So pretty smart. So get that top speed up there, because you do want to use high wings on this track, because if you slide around you're just going to degrade those tyres down and lose all that grip, because you definitely want that grip for this short distance race, because you want to go as fast as possible. But yeah, Coconut now coming into turn 12, approaching turn 13 and 14, with Iron Sky on his debut getting the fastest lap of qualifying so far. Well, that's impressive. That's a good impression for us to see. Over 3/10 in front of current pole position of Coconut, but can he improve on his time? And he's backed out. I don't know if it feels like a bad time or he messed up. I wasn't really looking, but he's backed out of that one. Don't know what happened there, but I don't know if he'll even go for another lap or just come into the pits. We'll see now. He's going to stay out. Ooh. No, he's going to come in. Couldn't tell from the camera view. But do we have any other drivers? And yeah, we do have Gmo now. This is his second race for FTR. It's looking good. He had a very good race last time around. Looking like it's going to qualify in a good qualifying position so far in Texas. Hi Venny, we got to read your message. My chat was broken for some reason. But on the back straight now, doesn't have enough ERS. They should follow what Coconut does, or maybe Iron Sky. We haven't looked at Iron Sky's lap. Hopefully we look at it next time around, because Gmal's just running out of that ERS before the end of the straight. And then he also has the quick turn 16, 17 and 18 to use that ERS. But he's gone wide there. Don't know if that cost him that much. We'll tell by the end of the lap, coming now past 15, coming across 16 now, 17 and 18, taking that curb usage so you can save as much time as possible. Gmal now going to use that curbing, not to go wide, but I think he just used all his ERS usage so he won't have that much acceleration off the line. DRS, flat on the throttle, does improve by only 0.02 of a second though. He is off the pace to compare to the front two of Iron Sky and Coconut, because they've been cooking great, basically. They've been on the grind. They've been doing very well. But now Dory Beast, Coconut's teammate, can he improve to third place? He is a second off Gmal's time though, so I don't expect a big improvement on track position, but you never know, it could be a good improvement on his actual time. So turns 18 now, 19, what is he going to use? He's going to use all the curb as possible, go a bit wide, shouldn't cost him that much time, so that's a bit of ERS, taking the curbs again, not going that wide, comes to cross the line, 4 thousandths off his time, so not a great lap there. But is Noah on his lap? Noah is on his lap, but is he on his lap? I can't tell. Yeah, no, he is on his lap. I don't know. He's on hot lap mode, but doesn't have enough ERS usage, so I'm just thinking for a second if he's just... Wait. We saw a yellow flags for Potato Pie. I don't know if he's crashing the pit wall like Dominique earlier, but no, I think he's fine. I think Noah is on a lap here. He can catch up to 4th place though, so it's looking alright for him right now. See what he can get for his Sector 2 time. It's gonna be 6/10 off his time, so definitely not gonna improve on track position there. Don't know if he has enough time to pit and go for a 3rd opportunity to get on that extra softs, but it's gonna come around the Istanbul looking turns, coming into turn 19 now. Yep, going a bit wide, but still has enough momentum. Just running out of fuel to really light, gone a bit wide, pressing on that DRS, comes across the line, a 2nd off his time. Not a great lap there from Noah, but when we do have more drivers, he might do even better in track position, because we do have 15 drivers signed up for FTR. If you do want to join and you are in the chat, write down your Discord name and we can invite you to the server. But Noah not having a great qualifying session for his debut race so far, but compared to Einsky, he is making great impressions for his first debut race, getting first by over 3/10, and also being, I was going to say respectful, by letting pass Noah there, but there's no point because Noah's not on his lap and Einsky is just warming up his tyres. Wants to make sure he has as much grip as possible for that 1st and 2nd sector. Letting past Noah now. Is any driver on that fast lap? Yes, we do. We do have Coconut on their fast lap currently. I don't know what's happening by the Alpine. I don't know if there's any holding up. No, I think it's fine. We'll go back to Coconut now. He is on the back straight, used a lot of his battery, 6/100ths off his time there, so not an improvement. I don't know if he wants to back 2/10. Don't know if it's worth even completing that, because you can't really gain that much time in a high-speed section after turns 15, because you can't really do much. Yeah, gonna back out of that one as well. So Coconut, even though is good on track position, just keeps on backing out of those fast times, or not really fast times if he has to back out, but not that great for him. I think Noah's just missed the pit lane. I think Noah's just missed the pit lane there. Won't be able to come in for another lap, so that's a silly mistake if he has done that. But let's see. Do we have another driver? Oh, let's look at Einsky. Let's actually look at his lap, because he is the fastest driver out of everyone. Locking up, going a bit wide, going to compromise his exit out of the hairpin, even though you want that exit, it doesn't cost you that much, because these drivers are using all their ERS out of the battery on this back straight. Gonna brake 100-meter board, late brake down into 2nd gear, now 3rd, 4th, 5th, slowing down to 45, 50 mile an hour, 4 turns, 13, coming on a wide entry to a tight exit for turn 15, coming now into the turn 16, 17, 18. Gonna take that fast, not take the apex on the last part, come into turns 19, calm and collectively. Didn't really check if his time was good enough. Gonna take a wide entry to a tight exit. Gonna go flat on the throttle, use his DRS, and no, he doesn't. 3/1000ths off his time, very close one there. Good overall times from Einsky and most drivers. Data pilot across the line, doesn't improve track position. Noah, I think just missed the pit lane honestly, and like even if he went in the pits, wouldn't be able to do anything. So that concludes qualifying with Iron Sky, Coconut, Gmol completing the front three, with Dory Beast, Potato Pilot and Noah completing that last three. So a pretty, not really close, I think 3/10 you could say is close, but Iron Sky mostly dominated the whole qualifying, especially for his debut. Yeah, Noah coming into the pits now, just calm, going into the pits and just going to cross the line at 3, 2, 1 now. Hopefully, actually don't know what's happening. Guess we'll wait for that extra 40 seconds for some reason. But yep, good racing, good qualifying I should say actually, from all the drivers. We're going to get to the race soon. It's only going to be one stop instead of two because of that sprint race we are holding for this evening's race. So yeah, just to finish off the board, just under or just over 2 seconds gap between every single driver, so pretty close skill level here, because it can change for the race, because even though Coconut is top 400 in Japan yesterday, he did struggle getting through their field because it's just so hard to overtake. But here it could actually change, I should say, because of that long back straight with that DRS advantage. So really, if you are fast around here in time trial, doesn't mean that you're fast in the race scenario, but you never know. Texas gives great battles. Waiting for the drivers to select their strategies for the race. Luckily no one's readied up yet to annoy any drivers that haven't got their setups ready, because we have turned off Park Ferme if the drivers want to slap on a qualifying setup for their quali and then just a race setup for their race, which is quite obvious, but it can give you a crazy time advantage if you do that. That's a weird camera angle, but we're going to continue anyways. It's 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Iron Sky does have the better lift off the line. It's going to defend the inside. We go into turn 1 now. Coconut's going to try to get that exit around the outside. He's gone the inside now into turn 2, has that better exit out of turn 1. We're going to go on board with Coconut. He's trying to stay behind Iron Sky here. The back 2 fighting it all, but the front 4 are living it. They're going at it, and that is Dory Beast cutting the corner, making a bit of contact with Gmol. Going to go wide, and luckily that's still green flags for the race. Coconut staying on the tail of Iron Sky. Maybe he waits for the DRS opportunity, or he's going to get the better exit down the inside. We're going to go on board with Iron Sky and look at the back, but there's yellow flags. There's been contact behind. I don't know what's happened there, but the Red Bull, also the RB of Dory Beast and Noah making contact into the hairpin. But down the outside, Coconut tries to go, and he does make the move stick. Gmol joining now the fight. I don't know what happened behind with Dory Beast and Noah, but that's pretty unlucky for its debut race. But we are looking now at the strategies. Never mind that though. Iron Sky and Gmol going side by side through turn 15 and now turn 16. We're going to look at this. Can Gmol get that better exit? Gets pushed down the inside of turn 18. It's going to stay close though, because now DRS is going to be enabled. Worst exit for Coconut though. Can Iron Sky get that better exit? The top 3 are just so close. It's going to be a 3-way battle for the win. As I said, but they're going to go down the inside. This is what I meant. But there's been ghosting. I accidentally went off the wrong car, and there's ghosting again. I don't know what's quite happening here, but it looks pretty hectic for the time being. We're going to go on board with Gmol. He's going to have the better legs, and there's been contact. He's just ruined his race. I don't know if that was his fault or Iron Sky, but And Iron Sky, for his debut race, has also been knocked out. Iron Sky, I don't think if he gave back the position on purpose, but he has given it back to Gmo. I don't know what quite happened there, but I think just Gmo stuck at the front wing down the inside a bit too much. It's a bit optimistic, but Iron Sky getting that bad exit. Still can save it though. We still have 13 laps of the race remaining. Coconut making that big advantage from Potato Pilot. It was all getting a bit too close, but Iron Sky now coming the back on Gmo now. Venny will have to look at that because he is our steward for Full Throttle Racing. You can say hi to him because he is in the chat. You can talk to him if you want. You can decide for what penalties to give if you really want to. But that's going to be a close one between Iron Sky and Gmo. That was a bit feisty from them too. As we come now into the last turn, DRS for Iron Sky, the only driver to achieve DRS, but Dory B's 25 seconds down. I don't know if he boxed, we can check that a bit, but GML defending the inside will compromise his exit because Iron Sky gets the better exit. He's going to go around the outside of GML. GML's going to stick behind, will get the telemetry up. It's too optimistic to make that move again, GMO or Iron Sky. I don't know who that was last time around, but GMO just being too impatient on that throttle. Most drivers are actually being impatient on their throttle. They're just pressing it too hard. They're getting too much wheel spin. They're going to have to box earlier. But the thing is, if you do box earlier, the undercut works magically around here because of all the tyre wear. When you have the new tyre, you will gain so much track position and time. But as the race goes on, you will lose time because you will have more tyre degradation. But can Gmo catch up? It's going to be close. Can he look down the inside? No, he's going to back out, but he thought about it, but knew he couldn't make that. Potato Pilot now catching up back to Coconut. Could be his first win, but that's a spin from Iron Sky. He was just too impatient on that throttle. Most drivers making that mistake as well, but he was the most dramatic out of all of them. That's very unlucky from Iron Sky there. That was going to have to catch up 2/10 to get that DRS back. But with now Potato Pilot, now the only driver with DRS, but Coconut's coming in the pits. I wonder if he has any front wing damage, because I would actually expect that if you'd only box lap 4. We're going to tell now, do they have the front wing available for him? No, he's trying to make that undercut move by going on the hard compound tyres. Coconut says in the chat, after coming in the pits and chatting, bit close there because he might come out the pits too soon, but they crashed into your tyres, they killed your tyres. I don't know how that works, but I'm trusting you on that one because you are one of the most experienced drivers we have in FTR. But now Iron Sky back in that DRS range. He's been saving up all that ERS. Can he get closer and closer to Gmod to take that position back after making all that contact and both spinning out, nearly ending both of their races? Gmod is saving that ERS, unlike Iron Sky, which is staying on that medium deploy. Can he look down the inside? No, he's going to back out, take that smart move. Locking up his tyres though. These drivers need to be as quick as they can because Coconut is using as much time as possible, but I don't expect Coconut to make up that much time. In my opinion, I feel like he's ruined his race because the hard tyre is slower than the soft tyres because it is only lap 4 of the Grand Prix sprint race here in Kota, so it's going to be a close one. But then again, Coconut is the fastest driver, or one of the fastest drivers we know, but Iron Sky did show he had the better qualifying pace, but it's starting to show he's maybe crumbling a bit under pressure maybe. It's hard to tell, but yeah, losing a second and a half on that. But can he go around the outside into turn 1? It's going to be close. They don't manage to make contact. Clean move around the outside, but he's just whacked Gmol off the track. That's going to have to be a close. Gmol spun it. Gmol's been knocked off the track. He can't recover. He doesn't know what to do. Oh no, after all of that, it's come... Oh. I suspect Gmol will be boxing this lap to try to get that undercut, but that's tough luck there. That's going to be looked at between Iron Sky and Gmol. That was very unlucky, you have to say. Yeah, then you have to agree, so unlucky for Gmol. But then again, I don't know if Iron Sky, I think he just might have had too much wheel spin, like how he spun, because you know, he spun off, lost time, and caught up again. I think on the exit of that turn 1 corner, he just spun too much, knocked a bit of Gmol off the track, and then Gmol couldn't save it from there. So that's going to be looked at from the steward of Veni, I suspect, because that's just ruined Gmol's race. So debut race for Iron Sky looked good at the start, then went bad, looked good again, but then crashed out the Alpine driver of Gmol. So I don't know if that might be a big penalty or not, but that will be decided at the end of the race. Standings and points might be changed. Iron Sky in the pits now, wondering if he does have any wing damage, because we know he made a lot of contact with Gmol and he doesn't have any damage, so he's pretty lucky with that one. Yeah, Veni in the chat saying there will be a penalty given. I can agree, because that has given Gmol, but he's been given a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh no, after like having a nice in-lap after making that bad contact and spinning out, gets a 10-second time penalty. Wondering how many drivers are yet to pit, because he could be saved here. No, there's only one driver left to pit, and oh no. Well, that gives Dory Beast a better chance of finishing in the top 5. Definitely contact between him and Noah, because we saw yellow flags earlier. Don't know if that'll be given to the stewards as well, which could give Noah out of 5th place, top 5, sorry. So everyone's split by nearly 10 seconds, so we can sort of relax. And yeah, just relax mainly, because that was very hectic 6 laps. But just passing the halfway mark of the Grand Prix. It's looking good for Potato Pilot, but he is yet to pit. So I think Coconut definitely has the advantage here and will most likely win, unless he makes a mistake. But Potato Pilot needs to pit, because the undercut works too well around here in Kota, especially for a sprint race. But now with Coconut with the fastest lap on the hard compound tyres to compare to the soft runners, so that surprised me a bit, because the hards are the worst tyres out of every single compound we have here in Kota tonight. So Potato Pilot, yeah, he's losing time, he's losing a second a lap, so I would suspect he will be boxing this lap, because that's definitely the best strategy for him at this point. And the annoying thing is, when he does pit, that overcut that he's trying to do won't work because of how long the pit lane time is. I don't know if that's because of the incline they have to get up, or just long pit lane in general, but to compare to Imola, you can't really complain that much. Big Coconut gaining another second in half the lap to compare to Potato Pilot. So that's just showing the dominance. But now Gmol just trying to recover really. Both Alpines not in a good state. Noah with the penalty, or sorry, might eventually get a penalty, sorry, from hitting Dory Beast off into the distance at the hairpin on the first lap. But then also Gmol having that penalty. But I'm being called by Potato Pilot now. He's pinning in this lap. I won't join the call, I'm sorry if you're listening, Potato Pilot, because it's kind of hard to commentate and go on the call at the same time. But you might be on the podium, so I could interview and talk to you about that. But it's going to be close. You should be finishing in 3rd place, so we'll interview you and ask why you wanted to call, because I just won't accept it. Oh, I won't accept the call, sorry, I should say. But now you're on the back of Iron Sky. Definitely not in DRS range, so most drivers are just getting split. Everyone has pit, so it's just the race to the end. even though we haven't seen that many optimistic moves that have actually worked, we have seen an optimistic move that didn't work and crashed out 2 drivers, but turn 12 is where we've seen most of the boldest moves over the years in real life. Like Daniel Ricciardo is a specialist at sending it late here. His late braking move in 2018 was one of the highlight reels of the decade, really, because he is definitely known for being one of the best dive bombers in F1. And then also leading up to turn 12 is that long DRS straight, but nobody can use that advantage for the dive bomb and the DRS straight because just nobody is in DRS range. It's been since lap 6, it's been more of a chill, relaxing race. No drivers really catching up, but Gmal with the only penalty outstanding right now, but probably Noah might get one, Iron Sky might get one. Venny has decided, or I agree with him mostly, a 5-second time penalty for the Aston Martin of Iron Sky for his debut. That's going to give him a knock off his confidence because he only has a 2-second gap behind him, so he's going to have to make that up a lot. He definitely can't tell now, that's the annoying thing. We wish we could tell him because then we would tell him to catch up, also move on and break that distance between Potato Pilot and him. But then he does say, our steward, he will be waiting for the clip after the race so he can review it instead of just slapping that penalty, which could be unfair. But for me, it looks like a fair penalty for the time being. Yeah, don't really have much to say. Even though I did have a big fact sheet, I can't even think of anything to say like that because of how relaxing the Grand Prix has been. But I can point out now, Iron Sky is not making that gap. He's actually losing time to the car behind him of Potato Pilot in that McLaren. It's looking like a second place maybe for Potato Pilot. We don't know, and it could be looking like Dory Beast. There's a chance Dory Beast can get into that top 5 if Gmal makes another mistake, or hopefully not another penalty. Most drivers keeping it calm and collective, coming to the final 5 laps of the race. Potato Pilot, and he's lost time actually. He's lost time. I've just realised. I don't know if he had a problem like halfway through that lap because wasn't expecting it. So Iron Sky could still hold on to that second place if we give him the 5-second time penalty. You never know, anything can happen here in Cota, Texas. Cool camera view there, looks like a drone just following. Haven't seen that all race. Wish we had that on lap 6 or 5 where all that contact happened between Iron Sky and Gmal, because that would have given us a great view, because I don't think we even had a good view of the crash. But hopefully the drivers do send in their clips to our steward room so we can decide. But Dory Beast with a 10-second time penalty for crossing the pit lane. Oh no. I wonder why he's boxed though. Wonder if he had damage. But no, that's... Oh, you got to feel for Dory Beast. His second race not going that well after getting his confidence knocked off after getting crashed into by Noah, a different debut racer here in FTR. Bit unlucky for Dory Beast there. 2 10-second penalties given to 2 separate drivers. I used to have that when I did league racing. I mean, I still do, but there's a league break for the time being. But it just knocks your confidence down every single time you get a penalty, especially a 10-second time penalty, with especially not even being speeding in the pits, but exiting the white line illegally. So if you do that 2 times, then you do get awarded that 10-second time penalty. And this did happen in my league race. I got 30 seconds worth of time penalties, which is not good at all, but that will definitely not happen again, I can promise that. Potato Pilot now 7 seconds behind Iron Sky. Iron Sky showing his true pace now in the open, no dirty air, no car behind him that he should defend from. So Iron Sky, no matter the penalty at this point, I think he should be fine for position-wise. And plus, he'd be pretty happy with a second place for his debut. Definitely, hopefully he knows he'll be interviewed. I really hope he knows that, because you just might not expect a random call out of nowhere. Wonder if any driver will attempt going on the softs, because Dory Beast, I wonder if is he on that soft tyre compound? Yeah, I think he's trying to do a fast lap right now. Trying to set that on the timing board. I don't know who has the fastest lap. We can check now. But yeah, him having a 10-second time penalty, not that great. No, he can't catch up to that fastest lap made by Coconut. Even though Coconut was on the hard tyre compound, it just shows also his true pace as well as Iron Sky. Dory Beast just can't catch up. Maybe just the confidence being knocked off, or just can't really focus. Maybe you never know. There are a lot of factors that can be given for slower lap times than others, but you've got to keep in mind Coconut and Iron Sky are probably really experienced sim racing drivers. Especially we can tell because Coconut is our championship leader. Dominique would have been if he didn't sadly crash into the pit lane wall in Japan. It is a 10 point difference between first and second, so it's only the third race of the season, and it looks like we could have a good championship fight between Dominique and Coconut. Position change. I was going to call out the people with the worst position change, and that is Gmail and Dory Beast drawing with that. And I would probably point out the reason for that is because they both were crashed into, one by an Aston Martin and one by an Alpine. So not a great race, but at least it's a sprint race, not a normal 50% race that we do. But Dory Beast has spun it too early on the accelerators. That maybe going on that soft compound was just maybe he just can't get to grips. Tire spinning too much. You got to feel for him. Second race, can't get to grips with that tire. He's just ghosting, going all over the track, exploring the grass here in Austin. That's annoying. Yeah, too much spin. Wonder if he'll box now, because it's not looking that great. Because he will he's gone into the wall. I don't know what's happening here. I really don't know what's happening. He's going to be lapped soon by his teammate, Coconut. Yeah, maybe something wrong with the throttle. Maybe just can't get grips with the car. He'll go on board with Coconut. Yeah, he's gone past his teammate. Iron Sky is going to come across turns 16, 17 and 18 approaching to 19. Just Dory Beast, just not having enough grip. But now as Coconut starts his final lap of the GP here in Austin, Texas, the crowd are probably roaring for his approval after what a race he has been racing. And that's the second voice crack in a row. That was a bad one as well, but Dory Beast just not getting grips with the car. Potato Pilot will be catching up to Dory Beast. That's unlucky for Dory Beast. Just after having an alright race till turn 11 on the last lap, first lap, at least we have ghosting on, because it would have been big contact and a lot of damage all over the track with a lot of debris. But I've just realised, because we haven't been looking at the gaps, Noah and Gmo have been fighting off, it looks like, for most of these couple of last laps. Can he get a good finish on his teammate Noah? Can Noah get that 4th place? Get that better exit? Maybe not, because he has just gone wide, saved up all his ERS. Can he catch up in time? He's draining everything out the battery. Gmod doesn't have anything in the battery. He goes down the inside. Can he keep it? Control under braking. Doesn't lock up. Is looking clean. But I'd like to point out, Coconut has just finished the race after making the earliest pit stop. He crossed the line in first for the 2nd time in a row for FTR to win the Texas Grand Prix. But now we have to look back at both Alpines. It looks like Noah's going to take that 4th place on Gmol. So what a Grand Prix for him for his debut, as well as Einsky finishing in 2nd for his debut as well. So Gmol getting close. Can he get him on the line? But Noah's going to finish in front of him. Now Dory Beast. I don't know if he has a puncture. Dory Beast has a puncture. Yeah, domination from Coconut there, leading most of the race. Could have been a grand slam, but his teammate now in the back with a rear right tyre puncture. So at least, because we don't have drivers more, at least we don't have more than 10 drivers, because Dory Beast will luckily get the points. Just going to crash out, I suspect. Yeah. Somehow not out, but I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, Dory Beast will be finishing in 6th place, which gives him, I think, 8 points, maybe 7 points. Don't really know how it works. Just trying to get that 10-second for exceeding track limits. Let's see his penalty. 20-second worth of penalties. I wonder if it's just worth retiring from the race, because I don't think he can make it to the line. Yeah, good race from most drivers. Dory Beast with that unlucky puncture at the end, so got to feel for him. 2nd race, but then you got to feel good for the debut races of Noah and Einsky. So 40 seconds, I wonder if you can make it to the line, but we don't have to focus on that. But we can agree that Coconut was the driver of the day, making that optimistic early pit stop that probably saved him the race because of how powerful the undercut is around here. But now coming around turn 18, normally at 160 mile an hour, but only at 100 because of his rear puncture. But he's going to crash and spin off just like Hamilton. It's just painful to watch with that puncture. Can never race with that, obviously. He's not going to make it to the finish line. So, 2nd race, but can't finish to the finish line. Got a feel for him. But that concludes Austin, Texas, and the race. So, hopefully everyone enjoyed that. Yeah, Einsky, I agree. Especially when we get more drivers, or not get, well, we can obviously get more drivers, but we have drivers at the same skill level as Coconut, you, and many others. So you'll have like 3-way fights for the 1st place and for the win. But now, podium 4, Potato Pilot, Einsky, and Coconut. So, average finishing for Potato Pilot is 3rd place, because he's finished 3rd place in every single race he's finished in. So, good racing from most drivers out there, or I should say every driver. It's just I feel like Dory Beast, with that contact and spinning out, caused him to just unfocused, like not that great. But then Noah recovered after making that, but we don't know if we'll see any clips to decide more penalties for Noah or Gmol. But yeah, only a couple spins there and there, but everything looked great. And now we're going to try, if we can, to interview the drivers. So hopefully we can get a hold of Potato Pilot. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we'll be calling him now. He is on silent, so I don't know if he will pick up. If not, that's fine, because we have two other drivers. Hello, good race out there. How did you feel? Third place finish as well in all races you finished in.
Yes. Well, it's good because I started from P5, but I don't know what happened. I was driving and there were lots of accidents.
Yeah, at least not as many accidents as Japan as like yesterday.
Yes.
But your average finish is P3, so you have to be very, very happy with finishing P3 every single race.
I'm happy. I didn't expect that because I'm really bad at this track. And my tires just gave up because I used softs and they were like 70%.
Yeah, many drivers were struggling with their tyres, including Iron Sky, because he was spinning everywhere, as well as Dory Beast at the end. You probably saw him with the puncture.
Yes.
But yeah, well, we're gonna go to the second place driver, but Potato Pilot, have a good week and see you in Spa.
You too. Thanks.
See you, bye. So now we're going to interview the second place driver. For some reason I've already forgotten who's in second. Oh, it's Iron Sky, the debut racer. Hopefully we can interview him now. Hopefully he's ready for an interview, because we've never heard from him because this is his first race. Iron Sky. Right, we're going to call him now. Good race out there. How did you feel about finishing second in your debut race?
Sorry, my English is not very good, but I think I did a good race, but with the first set of tire, I really struggling with it, and so I make a pit stop at lap 5 instead of lap 6, and the medium tire was not very good for me. But I'm pretty happy with the result today.
Yeah, should definitely be, because that is your first race for Full Throttle Racing. But
yeah.
Hopefully you have a good week, and hopefully we see you in Spa.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, have a good week.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too.
You too. Alright, now we're going to interview the first place driver. First place again after winning last Saturday's race, which was yesterday, obviously. Hopefully we can actually get him, because for some reason I can't. Just give me a second, guys. There we go. Right. Now we're going to call Coco and see what he has to say about the Grand Prix. Hi Coconut, good race out there. How did you feel about that one?
It's alright, there's a little chaos behind me. My wheels did get hit, but it's alright.
Even though you say every single race it's alright, surely it's better than alright. You're finishing first place 2 races in a row, so you got to feel like much better about that, surely.
I mean, it's just a race, to be honest. I don't feel good, I don't feel bad. It's just a race. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. This happens.
Fair enough. Gives me Max Verstappen mentality there, but well, hopefully you have a good week, and we'll see you in Spa.
Yep.
Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the sprint race for tonight at Sunday 5 p.m. at Costa, Texas in America. Hopefully you had a good time watching, and we'll see you next week Saturday for this Spa-Francorchamps Grand Prix.